If you've watched my channel, you may know that I am a big wire defender and I work for Big Wire. They don't pay me anything, but I continue to work for them. I'm like, retro game console controllers with gigantic long wires, it's fine. You don't need to charge them. The modern game controllers with wires, that's also fine. You don't need to charge them. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not gonna play like from my bedroom to the kitchen. I'm your cool and cool Marissa, and I have gone to the dark side. Kind of. So we all know 8BitDo, or 8BitDo. Much to be said around that. And the wonderful controllers they make for all kinds of consoles and all kinds of designs, but what might be a little bit lesser known is that they also make mod kits and various wireless receivers. And these are specifically for retro controllers and retro consoles. You can use the wireless receivers to play your retro console with a newer controller, and you can use the mod kits to turn an old controller wireless and play that with either the receiver or with, for example, your PC. So I pointed out a while ago that I had acquired this tiny TV in a stroke of immense luck after looking for one for a long time, and I wanted to make it a little dedicated kind of composite area. I've got a little Raspberry Pi TV set up and a PlayStation 1. I actually wanted a PS1 set up on it, but the video quality is a little bit worse, and also it's like I thought X Station would be nicer to have in a kind of like pick up and play area like this. I don't know, long story. But where do I put the PS1? While it's a small TV, it's still a CRT. It's quite heavy. Contrary to popular belief, you can't even put it on a VCR. I actually had it on VCR for a bit, and like it wasn't ejecting tapes and stuff properly because of the pressure that it puts on it. So the VCR is now on the ground. Don't crucify me. So where do you put it? So you put it on top. And I don't really have anything around here to put it on. So yeah, I'm gonna play and there's gonna be a cord and it's gonna be in front of the TV. That's annoying. So I thought about 8BitDo's mod kits. So for the original PlayStation, they have a mod kit for the original PlayStation controller. That's the one without the twin sticks, which again, totally fine. This pick up and play corner, mostly gonna be like arcade games and stuff, so it's not that much of a loss. It is $25 on their official website, and obviously you also need a receiver. The receiver doesn't come with it, but it's another 20 bucks. And you know, I think it's pretty neat that you can use other controllers with it. It's a pretty layered experience. So it's not like, oh, well, if you don't end up using the modded PS1 controller, then you've bought two things. So I bought both of those, and I figured we could take a look at how to put them together. Now, there is no soldering required for this. It's really just a drop-in solution. You just need screwdrivers. So let's head on over and see what this process looks like. First thing you want to do is obviously get all of those screws out. I'm using this little Phillips screwdriver. It has served me very well, but it's not doing too hot anymore. So I have some good news coming up on that end. The first screw I tried was a little tough, and sometimes when this happens, I just go for the other screws and they come out nice and easy, and then that causes some leverage, and so the tough screw comes out easily once the rest of the screws are out. That's the best case scenario, and it absolutely happened here. Once all the screws are out, we can open up the controller. If yours is particularly tough, you can use a spudger, you can use your nails, and there we go. So in the backside, we have the R and L triggers. That's what they're called legally. And then we want to just take out the wire, pop out those triggers and, bumpers, and just take out the PCB and the buttons and membranes. This gives you a fantastic opportunity to clean them because ew, that's disgusting. If you have patience and you don't need to get this all done in the same day, you can wash them in warm water and dish soap. Otherwise, you can clean with isopropyl alcohol. There's just a lot of grime and gross stuff always in the part where the two attach, that indent, and also all the like indents where the buttons go. It's just, I try not to think about it too much. Once your original shell is all prepped and your buttons and everything, we can go ahead and grab the mod kit. Got our instructions here, and it comes with a Phillips screwdriver, and this is my new one. As you can see, it's got a custom little charger for the specific port on the PS1 controller. They included this bag where you can put your old controller in, which is really sweet. Don't forget to pop off the triggers and membranes from the board before you put it away. You will be needing those. And with these, you just squeeze the clips and they should pop out. Next, we can go ahead and put the buttons in. Don't forget the cross-shaped little thing that goes behind the D-pad. I think this was like one of the ways to circumvent the D-pad patent from Nintendo because they like patented it or something. But it's definitely a little weird and always gets me a little confused on where that X piece goes that goes behind the D-pad. Everything else falls into place pretty easily. Once everything is set, we can put the membranes and triggers on the new PCB. And then in a little baggie, we have the little charger guy for the PCB that needs to go in. It's just a ribbon connector. You can use your finger or a spudger to open up the latch to a 90-degree angle and then stick that guy in. The charger port that fills the hole the wire used to go through is a little bit annoying. It just kind of dangles, but we'll deal with it. And with the triggers, don't forget to wrap them through that clip. There's just these two pieces of plastic sticking out and the wire kind of just goes through there and tucks in. And that helps it to not get caught when you put the pieces together and also to not just squeeze unnecessarily against anything. It's a bit of a finagly situation, but same with the charge port thing. A bit finagly, you have to hold it in place because otherwise it kept just popping out because the wire, the ribbon cable is longer. So I kind of just tried to keep it in place and rattle the two parts together. Before I put the screws in, I just like to hit all the buttons and make sure that there's nothing stuck anywhere. As you can see, we're lighting up, and then we can screw everything back together. In general, with things like this, I like to screw a little bit from one side, then the opposite side, and not over tighten one screw before the rest, just to manage how much pressure is being put on the plastic. And we can take a quick look at the receiver. It just mimics the dongle on the PlayStation wire. It's just got a button for pairing, and it comes with a teeny tiny, very, very short charger, USB-C. All right, so here we have it, the wireless PS1 controller. Now, I could have arguably just gotten the receiver and used, I don't know, a PS4 controller or something, or any other controller. But the PS1 and PS2 controllers are some of my most comfortable feeling controllers. So I am very happy to have done this. It feels right playing with the original controller on original hardware on the X Station via micro SD card, just like you would have in the 90s. They also have similar kits for other controllers. They don't necessarily have all the ones I expect, but they do have a handful. And if this was any indication, then I think that you're in good hands. The buttons and everything still feel good. It does feel a bit light, but that's, you know, to be expected. I imagine, like I've done with a lot of things that I mod and suddenly they're really light and I get upset, is you can always put something like tire weights or something in there if for some reason you're like, oh, this is way too light. I hope, as always, that that was helpful. If you've done one of these mods, let me know how it went for you and how it's held up over time. If this is something you're interested in and you're gonna go ahead and do it, also please let me know how that goes for you. If you are disappointed severely in me for having gone to the side of the wireless, please know that I do have plenty of wireless controllers, so I have always kind of been playing both sides. That's life. Your heroes betray you all the time. My hero being Big Wire. Speaking of big industries, if you've seen my videos recently or talked to me or anything, you will have known that Big Vet caused my cat to go to the ICU for a week. No, I'm kidding. He went to the ICU for a week and it racked up a bill of about $15,000, which the cost of veterinary care is definitely just as upsetting as human care in the US. But it's something that's a little beyond me to be able to pay off on my own, so I started a GoFundMe, and there's a QR code. The link's also in the description if you just want to donate. Even $1 helps, genuinely. I say that every time, but like actually if every single subscriber gave $1, we'd be $10,000 over. It's like that song from Mary Poppins about saving money. I've also been doing Twitch streams because I get really self-conscious asking for things without giving something, and those have been fundraising streams. The schedules are on Twitch, and I also announce on Discord when I'm going to be streaming, so you can catch one of those. Those are also to boost the GoFundMe as well, and any revenue I make from Twitch has been going towards the bills as well. An immensely huge thank you to my Ko-fi supporters whose names are going down right now as we speak. For $2 a month on Ko-fi, you get to see game reviews by me and also write-ups and random other things that I might not be making videos about, but I am interested in sharing. If you like this kind of content, like the video and subscribe for more like this. I've been your cool Uncle Marissa, and don't forget that you are always welcome at Cool Uncle's house. I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.